Today, I'm going to be discussing the link between simplicity and financial success. And look, if you live in the United States and you're watching politics, this is a big deal right now in terms of the election coming up, right? And you've got two polar opposite candidates. But it's not just that. When I think of my own personal marketing career, I think of doing business with others. And so, from a career standpoint, business as well as even dating, the more simple you keep things, the better. And I'm going to go into some examples in this video. So keep watching. All right. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right. Whew. Okay. So the two examples that come to my mind, right? And I'm just going to call a spade, and I'm not choosing a side of like Trump or Harris. I'm just laying out some facts, okay? You have Harris, right, who's worth approximately $8 million, give or take, right? You've got Trump, who's worth $4 billion. And if you don't believe me, just go fact check it and okay, maybe a little bit less, whatever, right? That's what online they're saying. Trump is worth $4 billion and you have Harris that's worth $8 million. Harris has never ran a business herself. Sure. By the way, Harris's parents were both like doctors. They were very successful as academics. So she came from a good upbringing and some decent money. Obviously, yes, Trump, his father, but he could have blown all of his father's money. He could have blown all these deals, but he didn't. And he's worth $4 billion, and you have Harris who's worth $8 million. Now I'm going to give another example. You have this YouTuber called Jenny Hoyos. She's 19 years old with 5.8 million subscribers. That is a lot on YouTube. Let that sink in a minute. 5.8 million subscribers on YouTube, and she's 19 years old. I created this channel 1 year ago, almost exactly. And at the time of recording this video, 1 year later, I have 30,000 subscribers. Not even in the same freaking universe. Okay, it's Jenny Hoyos. So obviously, there's a lot of things she's doing differently that I'm not doing. And of course, I watch some of her videos to try and pick up on the things that she's doing because I admire her success. So how much money do you think she's making at 19 years old? Well, I'll give you the answer. She's estimated to be making over $2 million per year at 19 years old with a following of 5.8 million subscribers. That's awesome, awesome income. And by the way, she makes more money than Harris, right? Harris is worth 4 million, 8 million, I think it is, 8 million, excuse me. And Hoyos is pulling in 2 million every single year, and she's 19, okay? So what am I trying to get at here? So what I'm trying to get at is that one of the things that both Trump and Hoyos have in common is they both speak like they're 5-year-olds, or that the audience they're speaking to is like 5-year-olds. And that's what makes them more relatable to the general public. Harris has been struggling with trying to be relatable to people ever since she even became vice president, right? She uses word salads to give answers. And it's just been fascinating as a marketer seeing how this is all playing out. And you have such radical differences in their campaign strategy, in the way they speak. You know, Harris has a lot more education than Trump has. And you have, on the one hand, you have Harris who kind of speaks like an academic and uses a lot of word salads and doesn't really answer the question and of course, Trump does that as well. But in general, Trump speaks, and this is clearly, from what studies have shown and analysts have shown, that Trump speaks to people as if they're like 5. And he uses very, very simple language. And in fact, most of the top richest people in the world, it's the same thing. They speak very clear, concisely, right? Hoyos on YouTube, same thing. She speaks very clear and concisely and she doesn't use big words. I'm still working on that because I feel like I still have a mix of speaking kind of more academically And for this YouTube channel specifically, I'm trying to like, not to use the term dumb it down, but basically dumb it down and speak as if I'm speaking to a 5-year-old, okay? Because Hoyos is doing it, she's very successful. Trump is doing it, he's very successful, okay? And there's countless other examples. So you might be wondering, Silver Bachelor, okay, what does this have to do with dating? And most importantly, how could I make money from this? Well, basically, anything that's complex, make it simple. For example, I have to do reports all the time for my boss and for the sales team in my job. And I have the most senior marketing position in the company in North America. And my presentations are so damn simple, like a 5-year-old can read it. I use cartoons and I use illustrations and I use one-liners to describe something. Like, for example, we're buying this kiosk that we will have at our trade shows where people can use this kiosk, small little kiosk, to answer questions, and it's got an AI backend to answer those questions. So how do I describe this kiosk? And so I'm like, basically, it's live chat. Instead of for your website, it's at your trade show, right? So I just condensed the complex into very specific, simple phrases. And that has served me so damn well in my career. And I will also say this, your resume, make it cartoon looking with graphs, with super, super easy. Like, it's going to be uncomfortable because you think, well, my resume should be a formal document. And yes, it's formal, but you can create it any way you want. And how do you make it stand out against the whole pile of stacks where everyone's got the same damn resume format? Mine is completely different than others. It's full color. I have graphs. And it's, again, a 5-year-old could read this and could resonate with it. And they're like, oh, skills, boom, 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 boom. Experience, boom, boom, boom. It's very gunshot, a gunshot, but it's very like bullet oriented, right? So here's an example. I just used the word oriented, and it's words like that you need to try and remove from your vocabulary when you're speaking with others. In dating, also, keep it simple. And like, for example, when I meet with a woman, cold approach. I'm approaching a woman cold. Grocery store, doesn't matter. And I see her and I said, hi, you're pretty. And that might be my first line. Maybe not. Maybe I'm like, hey, by the way, I'm looking for pumpkin seeds. Do you know where those are? And they will say, oh, I'm not sure. Maybe it's in aisle 20. And then I might come back and say, you're very pretty. Thanks. And then this is what I do. I say, are you single? Boom, straight up, simple, direct, right? And they will respond. And then I'll say, great, let's connect on Instagram because I'd like to take you out on a date. And just, you know what I mean? So this is what I mean. So simplicity and your financial success, dating success are all very closely related, and especially with financial success. And I'll leave you with this one other example. I have a toilet paper business on the side. I've had this business for 14 years now. And I sell toilet paper, private label, all customized colors, fragrances, 3-ply, 4-ply, 2-ply, whatever, to customers overseas mostly. And so this toilet paper like business, when I give them a brochure because somebody's interested to buy from me, or I give them a quote, it is simple, dead easy to understand. One page, boom. Brochure, it's very poof, 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 poof. So I encourage you guys to do the same thing in whatever it is, especially on the financial side, to keep things simple because it will affect your success. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.